guys, good afternoon. We're at Mighty Quinn's. It's a new barbecue place by Chef Mangum, who hails from New York. And we kind of tasted their dishes earlier, but here's an interview with the chef that we've done a little earlier.
I mean, Mighty Quinn's is one of, if not the original New York City barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
But our tradition is based with Texas.
Mm-hmm.
My father's from Texas. My mother, though, is from New York, the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a New York connection. My two partners, Christos and Misha, and myself, when we opened up Mighty Quinn's in New York, the thought was, pay tribute to Texas and the pitmasters of the past and everything that I had learned from my father. But, being in New York, it's a melting pot, and you have influence from so many surrounding, cultures and people and traditions that, what makes New York special is that you can be totally focused on your technique, a la Texas or North Carolina, like my wife's family, but the fine dining background, it means that every component is equally as important as the meat, which is not traditionally in barbecue. The sides kind of get forgotten about, but for us, pickles, the sides, the meat, everything is influenced by our surroundings, and we're open-minded. And if there's, influence from Asia or the Philippines, obviously in Asia, but influence from the north, the south, the east, the west, we take it all in and we try to make that uniquely our own. So thus, New York style barbecue.
So is it a bit like, because I've seen some of the ingredients are actually just like Korean, pretty much the barbecue is like southern. Or is there like an effort to actually have it localized also for the Philippines?
Well, yes and no. So at its core, what we've done here is we have replicated identically what you would get in the East Village or any of our locations in New York. Like when I taste the food here and I close my eyes, I could be back home. So we've changed none of the techniques. They're all identical. We've trained everybody here. Alex Stenko, who is our executive chef, came out here for 5 weeks, and literally 24 hours a day, they trained as if they were in Texas, or in New York. But I think that where things are slightly different is that we know and we've heard about the tastes of Manila. And one thing in particular, thing that we added to the menu we don't have in the States is rice. We were made aware that anything served in a bun is considered a snack.
Yeah.
And that's not the mentality in the U.S. It's a meal. Even if it's big, it's here, it's a snack. So we were told that the rice was a key component to offer to people.
Yeah.
So Chef Lee here, Chef Alex Stanko, our executive chef in the U.S., myself, the three of us kind of all co-collaborated on making something really special. And Lee had been working on something himself here for a while with it. And Alex came and tasted it. They kind of tweaked it a little, and then I came and did the final touch when I got here and tasted the calamansi, which honestly off the plane blew me away because I love citrus. And I saw it on the table and I tasted it and I was like, that's got to go on the rice. So the rice, it's got smoked elements, it's got the rub, it's got fat drippings from the smoked meat, rice, and then the calamansi and toasted garlic. And it's just an awesome component to the barbecue that the Filipino market, in a sense, in a great way, forced us to get creative.
What do you think is the perfect barbecue?
The perfect barbecue? That's a hard question to answer. I think that if I was to tell you what I think I should serve to somebody if they wanted to have the most perfect Mighty Quinn's experience, we're not the most perfect. The best first impression. How's that? Best first impression to me would be get an order of brisket, an order of pulled pork, some spare ribs, and share some wings with your friends. In the States, the baked beans and the sweet potatoes are our two best sellers. However, what I've noticed here is that people are going crazy for the broccoli, and I love the broccoli salad. The broccoli salad is raw, which most people don't do raw broccoli out here. It's raw broccoli tossed with a bacon fat buttermilk dressing. So we make the buttermilk from scratch, and the bacon fat is the oil in the dressing. So if you can imagine taking broccoli as a brush and scrubbing in some bacon flavor, it's it's amazing. Pair that with some rice, a beer or an iced tea if you're underage. And to me, that's a pretty perfect meal. And, you know, we complement it with our pickles. So the acid of the pickles, like the celery and the chilies and the cucumbers, you get bright, spicy, and vinegar. So it's a perfect counterpart to the fat.
What kind of chilies do you
Pardon me?
use? What kind of chili do you use?
The chilies are a local chili. In the States, we use Fresnos. Here, there's a mix of a few different chilies, like different names that I can't even tell you on the top of my head. But like in the States, the Fresno chilies, we call them like on the scale of 1 to 10. We'll tell customers there are 6. I would call these. I would say that there are 7.5. They're a little spicier. But again, like I love spice, so they're addictive to me.
And what are like the immediate plans after opening this restaurant?
I mean, you know, I think the plans for the future are, you know, the immediate future is make sure that everything is perfect and continue to do that. I know that there's plans for us to expand here and open up a couple more locations. But, you know, with Standard and you know, with their brands like Puro, which they've done that already in the past, I think that they're synonymous with the best, with success, and with quality. So I don't think we would move on to location number 2 until everyone feels that this location is humming at a perfect pace and consistent and perfect, you know?
All right. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you. Take